Hey Puppy Pack, and welcome to the over-explained Project Zomboid Survivor Guide. This video was originally recorded live on my Twitch stream. You can find a playlist for the full guide in the description or at the end of the video. Hey Puppy Pack, it's me. I'm live from the living room. So I decided I will do a Zomboid Survivor Guide. We will go over the basics of the game. Right, so starting with Project Zomboid. This is the first thing you will see, and I've activated the music because you will also play with the music, and the music can give you hints as to your status for, like, are you currently detected by a zombie? Are you in combat? So yeah, that might be important. I like it without the music, but oh well. For tonight, I will play with the music. Also, the soundtrack is really cool. Has some ethnic music vibes to it. So, there is a tutorial, but we'll not go over that. We will try to survive in a solo game, and we will take the survivor, not the apocalypse. We will take survivor. There's of course the challenges, and usually we play the CDDA challenge on the channel. Today, no challenges. You can have a look at those. They are fun. They really are, but not for starters. So we will play Survivor, and you have 4 starting locations. You can read a little bit about the starting locations. Moldra is, I think, a well-rounded starting position. It's also the starting position if you do the CDDA challenge. Also, I think it has kind of a big downtown. It grew as an army town. I think there's a military store in there. Correct me if I'm wrong. Then there's Riverside, which is literally at the river in the north. Depends on what you define as north on the map. Has very small population. Has a police station. I think there's a video store in the town, and I think there's a golf course. Oh yeah, Knox Heights Country Club. And yeah, it has a very small population, which is the reason why a lot of advanced players think it's boring. Similarly, Rosewood is also very rather small, not as small as Riverside, if I remember correctly. And I think the highlights of Rosewood are the fire station and the police station, where you can deck yourself out really easily. West Point. To be fair, I never played a lot in West Point. So just looking, whether you're strolling through the town square, chowing on one of our pies, or just chatting with friendly locals, West Point is the true small town USA. Don't let sleepy streets, affordable housing, and acres of rolling farmland fool you. This is the Knox Country Administrative Hub. If our mayor isn't busy rubber stamping public ordinances in the town hall, you might just find him in the famous Twiggy's bar. No matter how long your stay, a West Point welcome is guaranteed. Isn't there also the military school? Like there's a military academy in close by. So because it's easy, I will start in Rosewood, but of course you're free to use any starting location that you think is interesting. Also, I would suggest just try them all out. Take a look around and see which one you like. Oh, also, I think one thing that I like in Rosewood, I think it's in Rosewood, is the gated community there. It's really easy to set up a safe base in one of the mansions, or one of the houses there. Alright, after that, Project Zomboid does not waste any time totally overwhelming new players. So, occupation and traits. You have a lot of... Rosewood sounds pretty. It actually is, yes. It's a pretty town, and as I said, you can easily get some starting gear in the town. Now, occupation and traits. You have a lot of options here, and some are, I would say, so they are somewhat balanced, but I would say some are better than others. There are a few that I would say are pretty strong. Carpenter, because it starts you with Carpentry 3, and Carpentry is a very important skill. Also, it has decent fitness and strength. Does not have any any deductions to fitness and strength. There are a few that will have deductions. Also, Short Blunt is probably, if you count out spears, probably the most ubiquitous weapon. Also, short blunt or any blunt weapons will keep clothing intact. That's why a lot of players will favor that. There's Lumberjack, which gives you the Axeman trait. Better at chopping trees is not that important, but the faster axe swing, since the axe is probably among the strongest melee weapons, the faster axe swing is actually really strong, and you will start with 2 points in axe, and so this maybe I'll just explain what all of this means. So to the left you have an occupation, which is basically a package of starting traits, and then in the middle you have positive and negative traits with which you can customize your character. They all have a cost, or they will have, like, they will give you points. So yeah, you always have to balance out. You have to, I think you can start with positive points, like you can take negative traits and start the game with them. Like, you don't have to go down to 0, but you have to be above -1. Like, you have to have at least 0 points. So yeah, there's a lot. Lumberjack, the Axeman trait is unique to the Lumberjack. You can only get that with the Lumberjack. Then there's, I think, the Veteran, who has desensitized. You will get desensitized after a while. Like, the longer you survive, the less you will get panicked by the zomboids. So, oh yeah, one important occupation, I think, also is the Burglar, which will give you the Burglar trait, and you can hotwire vehicles. You don't have to find the keys. You can learn to hotwire later. And also, yeah, there's less chance of breaking the lock of a window. That's also a thing that can happen. But I have, actually, I have a preset. And we can go over the traits real quick that I chose here. They are, I would say, this is a little min-maxy. So we have high thirst. We need more water to survive. We will just get thirsty more often. We are a slow healer. When we get injured or sick, we will recover more slowly. We are underweight, which basically means we lose a little fitness. But if we eat a lot, we can gain that point back. We can get the underweight. We can lose that trait. We are prone to illness. Was it what it says on the tin? Faster rate of zombification is actually a good thing. Because in this game, if you get infected with the zombie virus, with the Nox virus, that's it. There's no cure. You will die. So getting zombified faster is actually a good thing. You will just realize earlier that your run is over. I'm a smoker. Basically just 3 points. All you have to do is have a pack of cigarettes and smoke every once in a while. Of course, first you need to find a pack of cigarettes and matches, but those I would say they are rather you find them rather often. Then there's weak stomach, higher chance to have food illness, easily managed by just not eating anything bad. Short-sighted, also easily managed. So the smaller view distance, I don't know. All I've heard about this trait is the description is a lie. As far as I know, all this trait does, smoking kills you. Yeah, I would say I have bigger problems in the zombie apocalypse. So short-sighted. All I've heard about this trait is the only thing it affects is your search distance. And even that can be mitigated by just wearing glasses. And you can, while when you start your character, when you create your character, you can start with glasses. So the only problem is when you lose your glasses, which can happen. And I'm a slow reader. That's basically only because I'm playing single player. It will take longer for me to read books, and at the same time, since I'm playing solo, I can just accelerate time. That's why this is basically just 3 points. Then, positive. Speed Demon, yeah, pedal to the metal. Just gotta go fast. Fast learner, increased XP gains, just great. Oh yeah, also I'm starting as a carpenter. Handy gives me more carpentry and more maintenance. Maintenance is basically the higher your maintenance skill, the slower your weapons degrade. So yeah, that's really important. And also I took athletic and strong, which gives me pretty high fitness and strength. Right, so that's my character. I would say it's a bit min-maxy. Right, so you have a selection of traits that you can try out. I really like this build. It's really, really easy. I would say it's one of the easiest builds I've played. Alright, let's go next. And I have a pre-made character over here, which, as you can see, wears glasses. And let's play. Alright, and the intro already tells us this is hopeless. This is how we died. There's no way to survive. There are ways to survive. You can probably go infinite, but sooner or later I think you get complacent. Most of the runs don't end because you made a huge mistake. You made a lot of small mistakes, or you just forget to look behind you. So let's start. And instantly pause. So, the UI. This is you. I mean, your mileage may vary. You might probably be prettier than me. This little window over here is very informative. It basically has most of the information that you need about your character. It has all your traits. It has your weight. You will see little arrows that point up or point down depending on if you are gaining or losing weight. You can change this. I think if you have scissors, you can change your beard and your hair. Training materials. If you click that, it will tell you which books you have read, which recipes you know, or which recipe book magazines you have read, which VHS you have seen, which CDs you have heard, and which basically entertainment VHS tapes you have seen. These are all items you can find in the game, and they have different purposes. Let's not go over these. Here you see your skills. I will go over that in more detail later. This is your health. Each body part is separate, like your hands, your forearms, your upper arms, legs, and so on and so forth. They all have regions that can get hit or sick. I think the most important of all is your neck. If you get even a scratch on your neck, that will hurt really, really bad, and you will bleed out very quickly. So if you ever see this heart over here jiggling around, then look at your health right away and see if you can fix it. Protection, basically just there's two types of protections: bite and scratch. And bite protection, of course, is very important, because if you get bit, that's it. Like, a single bite will infect you. You will get the Nox virus and you will die. Getting bit is the end of the game, the end of your run. Scratch protection, on the other hand, you can get scratched, you can get lacerations, all kinds of wounds, and there's a chance that you will get infected. And then there's temperature, in the winter especially, but also in the summer. If you are wearing too hot of clothing, then you will get hot and you will start to get sweaty, and yeah, that's also bad, because it affects your stamina. A lot of the things in the game affect your stamina, and your stamina is basically the most important thing that you have to take care of. Okay, yeah, I wanted to talk about skills. Skills are so first of all, you unlock different recipes depending on your skills, and different mechanics. Like your mechanics, for example, no pun intended. When you level mechanics, you will slowly be able to do more stuff to cars, or with cars. Let's say with cars. You will be able to do more stuff with cars. Same goes for carpentry. You will be able to build more stuff. So yeah, those skills will unlock new things. You gain those skills by doing the thing that's associated with that skill. Reading books. Oh, there's two ways of gaining skill points. Either you do the stuff, or you watch a VHS tape, because that's how you really learn. YouTube tutorials, we all know it. That's how learning works. That's how you gain skills. Like carpentry, woodworking. I know everything about woodworking thanks to YouTube. So there's two ways of gaining skill points, but reading books will give you an XP multiplier. And books always work for 2 levels. So you see, there's carpentry, for example, goes up to level 10. Now, I have the first 4 levels of carpentry. And if we look at the training materials, it also tells me that I have Carpentry Volume 1 and Volume 2 red. Which means that for Carpentry Volume 1, let's go like this. For Carpentry Volume 1, I would have gotten an XP multiplier for the first 2 levels. And the more you read of that book, the higher the XP multiplier. And then, of course, when you do carpentry or when you watch carpentry on the TV, then you would get more experience points if you have the multiplier. As soon as you reach level 2, as soon as level 2 is done, you don't have the multiplier anymore, and you have to read Carpentry Volume 2. And that goes for all the skills. There are a few. So these are all basically crafting and survival skills. So these will all give you some kind of material or will help you make something out of materials. Then you have so fitness and strength. Fitness is it has several uses, but the most important one is your stamina, like the stamina regeneration, and I think also your stamina cap. I haven't looked at the game mechanics too deeply, but fitness is your stamina, and strength is how much you can carry and how much damage you do with melee. Then you have sprinting, light-footed, nimble, and sneaking, which are basically you increase in the different modes of movement. Sprinting will make you sprint faster, I think, or sprint more efficiently. I'm not sure about that. I wanted to look that up. Let me see. I wanted to look that up. I think sprinting makes you sprint more efficiently, not faster. And I think it might also reduce the chance of you tripping, because when sprinting, there is a chance that you trip. How fast a character runs and sprints, including running while sneaking. The speed increase is added, not multiplied, to movement speed, so it may stack intuitively with other effects. Okay, I see. So this is it's actually just the speed. All right. Yeah, nimble is the I can show you. Nimble is this is the combat stance. Like if you hold the right mouse button, you can turn around. Let's get rid of this. You can turn around and move, and nimble will basically determine how fast you move while you do that. Also, yeah, down here there's the firearm skills, which are aiming and reloading. Pretty straightforward. Aiming is your chance to hit. Reloading is how fast you reload. And down here is fishing, trapping, and foraging, which give you the possibility to find food. I would say we have the basics, the barest basics about your character down. Now we have inventory. So this is basically your surroundings. Here you can see what is around you, and I see there's already some cigarettes. Awesome. And this is what you yourself are carrying. There's these little tabs. You can, with your mouse wheel and the shift key, you can just scroll through these. So I'm currently switching between. So this is stuff on the ground, and this is stuff in this drawer, in this desk. So, and grabbing stuff is basically, you can double click something. I will also take that pen and a blue pen and the red pen and the adhesive tape. Just by double clicking, you can also select multiple things. And so this, for example, is a group. That's a stack. I only need one blue pen. So also I'm pausing on and off. And you have different containers on you. So this is obviously your key ring. You can put all the keys you find in there. And later on, you will get stuff like containers that you can use to lug stuff around, like backpacks or even satchels or garbage bags. Down here, you see your weapons. There's a possibility to attach them. If you have a belt, you can have a weapon on your left belt and on your right belt, and some weapons can be attached to your back. Down here, you have a small minimap. This is the search window. I will close this for now. We don't need it right now. And do we have anything else? Yeah, so there's the crafting window. You can open that with B. And there's a lot of different things that you can craft. I will not go into detail about that now because you can just open it yourself and see what there is. There is a lot of makeshift stuff. Like you can, for example, put a knife on a stick and make a spear by doing that. All of this in the survivalist. Yeah, you can make tents. You can make crude tools. I think a lot of the things you can also just make by right-clicking. So if there's a viable recipe and you have all the tools and all the materials around you, then right-clicking one of the components will give you the option to say, craft this or that thing. Right, so we started, if I'm not mistaken, we started in the police station, which is great. Because that means we are very close to the fire station. I will nevertheless start looking into all these desks and see if I can... Oh, yeah, that's great. Let's grab the nightstick right away. I'm not interested in the... Oh. I'm not interested in the CD yet. More cigarettes? I don't think I need those now. I have a pack on me already. Lots of magazines. So, the first thing that we should try to do is get a bit of gear and get some... Oh, we already have a better holster than that. And try to get a few... a bit of food stockpiled. One thing that's important to note is right now I have started basically at the start of the apocalypse. A few weeks in, or even a few days in, you might be unlucky and it happens earlier. A few days in or a few weeks in, the power will go out and the water will go out. At that point, you either live with the fact that your food will go bad, and all the food in the whole game will also slowly go bad, or you find a way to get power. There are generators, and but in order to operate them, you will need one very specific magazine. So finding that is one of the objectives that you are trying to achieve early on. The other thing is, yeah, you don't have any water, so the water will go out. Right now, I can just get water from any tap. And that's clean water that I can drink right away. As soon as the water goes out, there is still some water inside of the pipes, and you can drink that, and that will be clean, but it will just it will run out. One thing that we need to do is we need to get water, and there is a way to get clean water, which requires a water collector that you make with carpentry, and a pipe wrench with which you can plumb the water collector to a sink, for example, and that will give you clean water. Right. Thank you so much for choosing my video to spend your time with. It is very much appreciated. Did I miss anything? Leave a comment to let me know. Like the video and share it with your friends so they can enjoy it too. And if you think I earned it, subscribe to my channel so you never miss a video. For even more content, follow me on twitch.tv/wastelandpuppytv. Thanks again for watching, and I wish you, from the bottom of my heart, a day.